Hello, hello. Welcome to African Travel and More. Today I'm answering questions from subscribers. So thank you for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and share. Stick around. I'm going to answer the questions. All right, so today I'm answering the most frequently asked questions about African travel. Now, when I first traveled to Ghana, West Africa in 2010, there were not a lot of vloggers talking about West Africa. There was not a lot of information at traveling agencies talking about African travel. So it really was an adventure. And I don't regret having to learn how to do it. But Ghana of 2010 is so different from Ghana 2020 today. But still, I want to share with you some of the most frequent questions that people ask me about African travel. And so the first question comes from Keisha. Thank you, Keisha, for your question, and thank you for subscribing and supporting me. So Keisha asked, what is the best way to book your flight, and do you use a travel agency? No, I do not use a travel agency. The best way to book your flight is through search engines like Kayak, Booking.com, Expedia. You're able to find very good flights through these particular search engines. What I do is I do search in advance for the destinations that I plan on traveling to. And I put in like the little, I'm trying to think what it's called, the little where you can ask for it to send you updates. But if you want to go to a particular place, you put that in and it will send you updates on the cost, of if it's a price drop or if that type of thing. So that's good to do. So no, I do not use a travel agency. It's no need to use one. If you want to do that, you can, but I don't do that type of travel. I kind of do it all myself, and I just use search engines like Expedia. Even I think it's Cheap Flights is one. I use that, and yeah, it works really, really well. And a lot of the time when you're traveling, when I'm traveling, I try to book in advance because sometimes I get better rates like that. So that's the first. Okay, the next question comes from Michael. Michael asks, how do you plan your trip? So the first thing I do is I kind of think, well, where is it that I would like to go to next? And I just simply start searching online for the information about that particular country. Some of the information that interests me first is the cost of the flight going to that particular country. So I'll put in searches for that. Next, I want to know, do I need a visa, or will my passport do for traveling to that country? And many of the countries have a visa on arrival, or you just need your passport to visit. So that's the first thing. And then I look at what places and spaces of interest that I may want to visit, and then that way I know where I want to fly into that country. Now, for example, one year I purchased what's called an East African visa. And that East African visa was about $100 USD, and it included Rwanda, Kenya, and Uganda. And so you had to travel to those three countries, and that visa fee was for all three countries. So that was a good deal, because some countries one country is $100 multiple entry, and the East African visa was 3 countries multiple entry. But once you leave from either, say, going to another country, say like if you went from Uganda to Ethiopia, then you would not be able to travel back. You have to stay within the 3 countries traveling. So that's something to know. But yes, those are some of the things that I look for when I start to plan my travel. Do I need a visa or not? Okay, before I get to the final question, I want to put this on your mind. Now is a great time to plan your travel, even though you are not able to go anywhere. This is a great time to research so that when the borders open, you're able to do your travel. And right now, it may or may not be a good idea to book, but the rates are really great. So it may be a great time, because right now I was just looking to fly. Now this is after you've flown out of the U.S., but so to fly from Kenya to Uganda is like $167. But it's usually once you are on the continent, it's affordable to fly country to country. It just depends on what you'd like to spend. And that brings me to the final question that comes from J Mac. And J Mac, thank you for your support. J Mac asks, how much money do I need to travel? And that's a good question. People ask all the time, thinking that it's very, very expensive, when in fact the most expensive item is your plane ticket when you're flying to the motherland, to Africa. So that, if you can get beyond that, that's what's going to cost you the most. Now, the reason why I say that, because it's really an individual thing. It really depends on what type of experience you want to have, meaning if you want to have a local experience and enjoy staying at some of the local lodges and enjoying just a local vibe, then of course it's not going to be as much as someone who requires a 4-star experience, or what I like to say is you want an American experience, you know, or whatever. So if you're wanting that, then it's going to cost more. So depending on your taste, because quite frankly, lodging, outside of the plane ticket, lodging would be the most expensive. Food, the tourist attractions, that might be, but that can be negotiable depending on what it is that you're doing and what country you're in. Yes, so I hope that this was very helpful. I thank everyone for your questions. You can DM me at Instagram, Facebook, and I will answer the questions that you have for me. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, and share. Be blessed. Bye. Hi, welcome to African Travel and More. If you would like to purchase beautiful, handcrafted, one-of-a-kind African products from all over the continent, please visit the links in the description box below. Also, your purchases help to support schools in Ghana, West Africa, and projects in Rwanda. If you'd like more information on which projects, visit my website, purposeglobalvillage.com. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for supporting us. Have a blessed day.